Okay, fine, Ken.
Go
ahead.
I mean,
Go ahead.
Mona Lisa,
man. Like, I just. How many minutes are we in? 30, 40 minutes? like, that's the one song people tuning in to hear us talk about.
What are your thoughts on Mona Lisa?
It's.
Oh, that's my favorite song. It is. Alright. Then a hip hop album review. Everybody been waiting for this motherfucker. Lil Wayne the Carter V. And we also have a special guest.
Dope Knife, rapper, producer, Savannah, Georgia. What's up?
So Carter V, man, I thought this was gonna be on the same joint with what's the Detox? You know what I'm saying? I thought I ain't Electronica, all that shit, bro, all that shit, because we've been waiting for this album for at least 3 years now, right?
Yeah,
Something like that.
Yeah. Something like that. Because
I thought it was longer than that.
Yeah, I thought Carter 4 came out in like 7 years ago. Right?
2011.
Yeah.
And I think
damn.
2012 he was saying Carter 5 was coming in another year, which would have been 2013. And
Wow.
So almost 5
years. But he's released
crazy.
like 5 different things in that time.
Yeah, of course. But still, the Carters are that's special. Off the bat, first thing, hour and a half. I'm with B. Oh, you like?
you don't have to say B.
Yeah, it was, but I think even
minutes.
Carter 3 was long actually. They had some extra bonus tracks on it that pushed it to an hour and 28 minutes, but it was nearly just as long as this.
It doesn't feel
long at all.
Yeah, it don't feel that
Do we know
long.
how many songs Carter 3 was?
I want to say 16.
16.
Yeah.
This one's like 23.
23. Yeah.
Yeah, so Carter 3 was an hour and a half, as well. So, but yeah, if you're watching this, Carter 3 is on Patreon. The class review is on Patreon, so go check that out. What you gotta pull up, man? You know what this is?
I know what it is.
You gotta pull up. What you looking for? No, you don't.
I do.
No, you don't. Carter 3.
It's that old. I don't always go back and listen to this like that.
Alright.
But
you know what's on it.
Definitely Carter 3 didn't feel as long as this. I gotta say the way it started off, it felt eerie.
Which one thing?
Extension.
The intro track with his mom.
No. Because that was his mama talking. So I'm not really counting that as one of the musical tracks on here. But the first track, "Don't Cry."
Track after I listened. To it
I skipped it. Yeah, it's not an intro you gotta listen to like that.
That's his mama talking.
And he can listen to his mom talk.
But "Don't Cry." Like after listening to that and hearing what X was rapping or singing, and how Wayne was coming in, I love the song, but man, it felt weird. What? Why did you hate it?
Don't cry.
No.
I fucking love you.
No.
I liked it. I thought it was cool.
Hell no.
You bugging.
Hell no.
The beat was though. I was not feeling that hook.
No, this shit was mad annoying. It's like first I had to sit through 2 minutes of this intro. Salute. I'll probably do the same thing for my mom. You have the power to do that. Great. But then to start off, like the first song I hear is that. That is just, to me, was just not the way to start off Carter 5 with him yelling in my goddamn
For this to be a 6-year wait, and
that's like, it's not even like just the song.
You gotta come out the gate swinging, in my opinion, with that. I mean, I understand.
But it's the hook, like the first lyrics that you hear on it is, "Don't cry." Nobody was waiting 6 years.
You gotta come out swinging. You've been waiting 6 years for this. You gotta come out swinging.
He did come out swinging.
No, he did. He came out
singing.
I think the first song should have been like Uproar.
With Uproar, did you feel like doing a Harlem Shake?
Yes.
I feel like
Special delivery.
I'm like, this is special delivery.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Swiss Beats pretty much.
But here's the thing.
Swiss Beats the original?
I mean, not the original. I'm just saying he just ripped off that.
Yeah, I was wondering that too if he did the original when I heard it. I was
Y'all
like,
talking
damn.
about putting Uproar. I know. Y'all talking about putting Uproar right after "I Love You, Dwayne." That intro, like that wouldn't have felt
weird.
It would have.
You know what I'm saying? So I like the fact that "Don't Cry" came right after that. You know what I'm saying? Because it kind of set the vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Soft lead-in.
Exactly. Instead of you got mama crying and talking all great about her son, and then don't.
Here's the question though. Would you say that "Don't Cry" is kind of like the norm for the songs on the album, or would you say just like a general vibe of the songs? Would you say that it's like "Don't Cry," or would you say like "Uproar"?
But we know what type of artist Wayne is and the type of beats he goes over. Obviously, it's not gonna be "Don't Cry."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the way he led with that heartfelt intro by Moms.
Right.
How can you go to Uproar?
No, you're right. You're right.
I think it totally makes sense to go to Don't Cry.
Exactly.
It makes sense to go to Don't Cry.
It would have been a much better lead-in if the intro wasn't so long.
To me personally, I would have liked to just hear Wayne rap and maybe something energetic, then something introspective. Then let's get into like the album, and then you've got like a mother intro and a Don't Cry. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
This is right.
I disagree. I put it to you like this. I think that if it was any other feature, I would agree with your statement. But because it was X and what he was saying, how he was saying it, and coming off of that intro, I like the placement.
After that, Dedicate was cool, Uproar was cool, and then Let It Fly. Like,
Dedicate was tight. Hold on,
my
be skipping
God.
over shit. Dedicate was tight.
What are you talking about? Just oh my God! Like, so Let It Fly was what, Ken?
Wait, which one?
Oh, you didn't like Let It Fly with Travis Scott?
I like that shit.
Oh, I don't know, kid. Now.
See, this
What
is
are
what
you
trying to sound like.
Wait.
That shit was hard, bro.
Wait. So we're just gonna skip Dedicate.
But let's go back to Dedicate. No. Mike pulled me. He was like, "Hey, wait, hold on." So Mike did the hold on. Dedicate was nice. Yeah, I did like that.
But I figured that's what Ken was saying. Like, we got that, we got this. We said it was okay, and then you got to.
Yeah.
No, I get you.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Check. Y'all can bring it back.
Bruh.
The way he went in.
Wayne came in and was just like, bro, oh my God.
I'm feeling Wayne's verse in Let It Fly. His actual verse in Let It Fly is dope.
You didn't like the beat?
I don't fuck with the beat. I
like
just
the
wasn't fucking with the Travis. I
There
mean,
we go.
there's only so many times I can hear like the same pussy wetters. You know what I mean? It's
I
just
don't
like,
like
it's like,
Travis Scott
yo,
either.
man.
Yeah, I didn't like Travis Scott on that joint. Like, I'm like, damn,
But the song wasn't bad.
Why y'all hating on Travis?
It's boring.
I think at this point he's extremely repetitive. Like all his fucking ad-libs and shit. But he
It wasn't a good feature. It just.
I don't know. For me, man, Travis, even though he is repetitive, he I don't know, like on
He didn't
this
need
track,
Travis Scott on this song.
No, he didn't need him. But he didn't hurt him.
He fit fine.
Exactly.
Mixing alcohol with the tussin.
It felt like the opposite.
Wayne could have did that himself.
It felt like the opposite of the Don't Cry shit. So where like the Don't Cry felt like, man, there's like a reason that, XX is on this song, and like the timing, of like when it's coming out and him just passing it felt like right.
Only song I didn't like was Dark Side of the Moon. Although I will say this. I will say this.
Don't say it.
Hold on.
Don't you
Nicki
say it.
sang well.
Don't you say it.
And okay, no. Everybody please stop. If y'all are really gonna sit here and tell me that Nicki's voice sounded bad, then you're just simply trying to be a dick.
I'm not saying
Because she
Nicki's voice
sounded
bad.
fine.
I'm saying the song.
Oh, that's
The
what
song
we
is terrible.
Yeah.
No, I started off by saying the song was whack.
No. So
But she sounded good.
fine. Well,
She sounded
is
good.
it good or fine?
Good.
Because you
She
give me
sounded
fine, I'm
good.
like, all right.
She sounded good. Come on.
But when you go to good,
If you recorded like 30 tracks and 28 of them sound bad, one of them could sound fine and one of them could sound good. I don't think Myke is saying that Nicki is a great or good
She's not
singer.
fucking Aretha Franklin.
Exactly.
Right.
But on this particular track, she didn't sound bad.
She sounded
didn't,
good.
She didn't sound out of place or anything like that.
maybe
She held them
maybe the song is so bad
The song is awful.
that it's just like she just didn't do anything to add to it.
She helped the song not be garbage. The song is
Ooh, I don't know
still
about
bad.
that.
The song is bad. It would be complete garbage. Nicki helped at least raise it out the trash can.
But like for people who are fans of like the whole Nicki Minaj and Lil Wayne and Young Money thing, was that song what they were trying to hear on the Carter?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, is that really? Was that?
It's not, yeah.
Was that the decision?
They
that, like,
needed a monster.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know what? I think when as I listen to it over and over again, I think what I pull from is like, I think Nicki about to leave this rap shit alone. Like she's starting to sing more and more.
She needs to.
Yeah, I think she's trying to really position herself to be an R&B artist. Look, she got Myke saying she sounded good. Imagine what Nicki Minaj fans are saying. Overall, in this album, I think I picked that up too. Like the intro with his mom, Don't Cry. He talked a lot about like, I think there was God references on here, his drugs and stuff. Like he was like a little revealing on here.
Yeah,
with Wayne.
he got personal with like at least like 3 of these songs.
Especially the last one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
my favorite joint on it.
Let it all work out.
Y'all can have that. From Demon till the end, I wasn't really from Demon to the end. Actually, no, wait. Because I don't think I liked. No, I didn't even like Start This Shit Off Right.
That was an interesting song.
It sounded dated.
It's because it's Manny Fresh.
Manny Fresh beat.
And Ashanti and freaking Mac.
Yeah, it was too bad.
It was like dating for.
This ain't 2000.
Yeah.
This ain't 2002.
I didn't like that.
What'd you think about Dope Niggas though? The shit with Snoop.
That
was good.
I dug that shit.
That was good. I liked it.
Nah.
Little hook.
It was alright. It wasn't. It's not what you would expect when you see Snoop and Lil Wayne. You know.
But what do you expect when you see Snoop?
It wasn't this. I don't know. I was expecting something just a little bit harder.
I like when Snoop came in.
It was cool.
It was just enough Snoop. Snoop, right? Yeah. It was just enough.
And you know what? I lied. It started off with Open Safe.
Did that before Demon?
When you
that was before Start the Shit Off
So
Right.
wait, did you not like Open Safe?
No. That was the one with the mustard beat. And Wayne was rapping like YG.
Yeah.
So, but then, actually no, I take that back. I'm not gonna say I didn't like the song because that second verse, Wayne started rapping different and it got dope. And so I take that back. I didn't dislike that song. I didn't like the first verse that Wayne did on that song.
Yeah, that's what I noticed a lot about this. It's like I like certain parts of a song, but never like the whole thing. I mean, not never, but if some like I like parts of the song.
I liked most of this album, but like I said, around track 16, it started to kind of go down a little bit.
Gotcha.
I don't think the songs were necessarily shitty songs.
Right.
I just didn't enjoy them as much.
Right.
Like this album definitely ran a little.
It ran long. He could have stopped at 15 songs.
And because it was too long, like there's like 5 songs on here that are kind of like deep cuts where he's like getting personal. That it's just because the album's so long, they start to kind of like bleed into each other just in terms of what he's rapping about. So all you have is like, well, which one of those beats do I like the most? Because like content-wise, the songs are like all about the same thing. It's like fame, drugs, I'm struggling, and you know what I mean, redemption. You hear that like on 6 songs peppered throughout the album, then like by the end of it, you're like, man.
Well, I think that's what made it like some of those personal songs interesting. Because thinking about like everything that led up to like the Carter V probably not even coming out at all. Sure. You know, so it felt like he was just like, well, I'm going to say this because I don't know where this is going to go from here. So, you know, it was just like, I'm sure he has songs like that in his catalog. He has tons of songs. But like to hear them all like on one project was different for me with Wayne. Yeah. And the way he was rapping was clear, you know, and different from Wayne. It's like the one thing that leading up to this, like we've talked about and you guys have talked about, is like Wayne sounds like he's just not on that shit anymore. Mm-hmm. And that Wayne sounds focused and he's rapping really, really well. Oh, yeah. So how would that play out in a whole album?
If y'all could be like the executive producer of this album, and like somebody comes to you with how many? 24 or 23?
23.
Somebody comes to you with these 23 songs, and like you got full range to take off what you want to like, you know what I mean, to make the album. Like, what like songs would you take off?
Like those songs that one that you said you like.
Would you take off the?
I would take off those type of songs and just keep it more focused because I feel like that kind of took it off a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Dark Side of the Moon, shit like that.
I would leave it. Even though, because if I'm the executive producer, I'm not making an album just for myself. Yeah, I'm making it for everybody, right? Mm-hmm. I would leave Dark Side of the Moon because even though I don't like it, I can definitely see like younger fans being like, "Oh, this is my shit."
Fans, yeah,
definitely.
But I didn't mind like the introspective to not introspective jumping around. Like to me, it really came down to like a matter of there being too many. Because the thing is, like from like a rapper perspective, especially on some like underground shit, like the shit that cats like me used to really enjoy about Lil Wayne back in the day is like he had like certain songs where it's like all of your like, you know, indie sensibilities would be like, man, I know I shouldn't do this shit. But like you're like the rapper part of you is hearing what he's doing and it's like, yo, like Fireman, you know what I mean? That's one of those songs where it's like,
Fireman was so cool.
Even if you hate, I had mad friends who hated Lil Wayne. It's like, yo, listen to this. It's like, same sort of way. And like, there were a couple songs on here, like Uproar. I felt was like that. Even though you didn't like it, like Open Safe is another one of those songs where it's like somebody like me who's like trying to listen to the fucking, you know, Doom and all sorts of like underground shit. Like I hear Open Safe and it's like, man, this fucking bounty ass. But when you listen to words, like, yo. he's fucking killing.
At the end of the day, you got soul.
Especially compared to a lot of the other Carters, this one felt more watered down.
Yes.
Because of those additional tracks that, personally, I feel didn't need to be there because they didn't add any significance to the album.
Especially after waiting for so long.
Exactly, and that's why I let off. Like,
but I also think that's why it felt that way. Because he's been gone for so long, it was like, okay, here you guys go.
Wayne thought that you needed to hear every single one of these jams.
But you don't think that has to do with this whole like streaming thing and how like they're just like
I thought that too. I thought it's almost like a playlist type of thing. Like
Because you have a higher likelihood of ranking higher because you have more songs.
Right.
I get that, but
I feel like if Lil Wayne was like really to him in his heart was like, yo, I'm trying to make some shit that's like better than Damn, it's like better than KOD or whatever. I just don't feel like this album would have been so as jam packed as it is.
But I also think this is like, I've been gone for so long. You guys have been waiting. This is like for the fans.
Right, exactly.
You know?
I'm about to serve y'all.
Yeah.
Famous was dope as fuck.
Wait.
You crazy.
I didn't like Famous. I didn't like it.
You're crazy.
I didn't
How did Famous go? I don't remember Famous.
And I was surprised by Reginae's voice.
She sounded good.
She sounded really
Wait, which song is this?
Famous.
She's singing.
She starts off with the singing. Did you like Problems?
That one.
Yeah.
Okay. See, that was the shit. Problems had that really kind of understated beat, and then Wayne, just the way he raps, because it's like you'll have these beats that there's really not a lot going on, and then I keep thinking, I'm like, what's Wayne gonna do with this? There's nothing happening with this beat. And then he just throws like 35 flows at you.
But remember, not this last album, but A$AP Rocky's album before. Like when he was on there, he was, I want to say, on Kanye.
Because he did Tyler too. He killed
Tyler.
it on Tyler.
You know, so Wayne has given us glimpses, and then he gave us the two projects earlier in the year.
Okay, fine, Ken.
Go
ahead.
I mean,
Go ahead.
Mona Lisa,
man. Like I just. How many minutes are we in? 30, 40 minutes? Like that's the one song people tuning in to hear us talk about.
What are your thoughts on Mona Lisa?
It's by far to me the standout track on here. The way he's rapping, the beat, like the way he was doing the storytelling and how it all led up into Kendrick.
You know what I want to know?
I was like, oh,
who do you think got the track?
I think Wayne.
I think Wayne
was the star of the show.
Him.
Wayne,
I mean, I don't even know if that's not what they were trying to do.
Though. He had pretty much the whole song though.
They were both
I think Kendrick was like Kendrick was the closer.
Wayne, but he closed it out. But Wayne killed this song.
It's unfair.
If Liz is your daddy, she about to be a bad.
It's not fair.
He had bars. Fuck your
Unfair. This man with 7 innings. No, 9 strikeouts.
What does Kendrick usually do? Kendrick, you could have 12 bars.
Yeah.
And Kendrick will usually come in with one and kill all your shit.
Yeah.
So this is the first time where I've really been like, no.
And then if we're going by the premise that a lot of this shit was recorded like 3 or 4 years ago, that means not only was Wayne, but it was like Kendrick like on a wave, but Wayne was probably on that stuff and still ate him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
I don't think he ate him.
I think he ate him.
Kendrick's verse was dope, but it was mainly dope because of what Kendrick did.
Kendrick's verse whack. I'm just saying.
No.
Like, Lil Wayne ate him. It was like.
Okay, here's the thing.
Break it down.
Yes, Wayne stood out. He was the man on here. I kept waiting for Kendrick to come in. Like, what's Kendrick gonna do? The voice thing was cool, you know, and I felt he closed it well. You know, came in on the ninth inning, you know, struck out the side, like perfect save. Nobody got on base. But I also think because we heard him longer and the way he set it up, it didn't give Kendrick enough time to come in and do his thing. Now, what he did was dope. And I'll give the edge to Wayne because Wayne was killing it on that shit.
I smoke purple, call me Sealy. Like he had bars.
Yeah.
Kendrick had the flow and he had the little voice change.
And if two people act in a movie, you know what I'm saying, and it's like the fucking guy, like somebody gets an Oscar and the supporting actor doesn't, it's not his. You know what I mean? It's not your fault. I had a bigger role. I understand, but you could have done your shit when you're supporting the role.
Then you're gonna get an award for best supporting actor.
He was a good War Machine.
Wayne.
But fucking Wayne was Tony motherfucking Stark in this
I was
song.
in the car with my manager. We're listening to it, like Wayne's verse is going on. And I'm just like, looking at her like, yo, he's crushing this man. He's killing it. And then like the song kind of had like a fake end, and it was like, damn, I didn't hear Kendrick Lamar on that at all. And then Kendrick Lamar started rapping. I was like, okay, word, let's hear this, because you got to take the whole thing to get the totality of it. And it was like midway through Kendrick's verse, I like looked at her, I was like, yo.
Wayne killed it.
Wayne got this shit.
But you know what? That's what you want though, because he knew that you can't go in on a song with Kendrick Lamar and go half-ass.
Everyone knows that, but they can't help it. They can't help it. Even going back to Dedicate, like there were just so many bars, like that rock band line.
Oh yeah.
Go back to the block where they got more rock.
That whole scheme.
Under a rock band.
That whole scheme was crazy.
Holy shit! And he did that so many times.
He did the same. He did it again in that same song.
In the Let It Fly song.
With the
that was dope.
Get the mind blown. Like, come on, man.
Right.
Y'all.
Now he was rapping.
He was rapping.
I don't think we're talking about rapping. I think we're talking about some of the songs and whether or not we like.
But how
was Let It Fly whack then?
Right.
But to
Just
me,
because of Travis Scott.
I personally didn't like the beat, and I personally didn't like Travis Scott's verse. If you had kept the same beat and given me 2 Lil Wayne verses like that,
it might have been better.
Yeah, to me.
Okay.
That's just to me. You know what I mean? I'm not.
That's fair.
That
I
doesn't
don't
mean
like Travis Scott like that either.
Yeah.
Favorite tracks for me: Don't Cry, Dedicate. You can give me Uproar. Hey, it's a lot. Open Letter, Famous. I'll stop there.
Dedicate, Uproar, Mona Lisa.
Dedicate, Mona Lisa, Problems, Let It All Work Out, and Demon.
Dedicate, Uproar, Can't Be Broken. Yeah, I like Open Save. Look at anybody's list. And then what's the other one? Used To. Used To actually might be my favorite song on the album.
Don't Cry. Dedicate. Mona Lisa. Problems. I would say Took His Time.
Oh, is that the one God Took His Time when he made me?
God Took His Time
when he made
that
me.
shit was-
I ain't like that either.
Really?
He sang it.
Mike, this is your favorite. Favorite track? This shit was.
Sing it. He sang that shit just so he could affirm. No, I don't like that shit.
He said that shit. Oh yeah, come over here singing again. I like that shit. God damn. Oh, balloon popping ass motherfucker.
Wheezy, if you watching, I have a suspicion. If it's not you, it's somebody in your camp that you watching. I've enjoyed the resurgence of your career and everything that's been happening. You've had a lot of source material, and I think that you've been executing overall at the level that Lil Wayne should be executing at. This project could have been, one of the better projects to come out this year if it was trimmed down. So that's no indictment into your greatness and into what the Carter V is. But just for me personally, I just felt it could have been a little shorter, and I would have been able to hold this in higher regard. But overall, man, great project. You a free man now.
If you're watching, the shit was dope. It could have been a little bit better, but it was ill. Do a video for Uproar and have a bunch of little kids doing that. But yeah, that shit was dope. I think at this point in the game, you should make a decision as to whether you want to be like a contemporary artist, or if you actually want to go for that greatest rapper alive type shit that you're always talking.
That's a good point.
Because like at this point, you got all the money, you've had all the like #1 hits and all the broken records. So, are you trying to like be in the charts with like these young guys, or are you trying to like do some shit for your legacy that's like, yo, I am one of the greatest rappers alive, you know what I mean? Because I think skill-wise, you have the skill-wise and the stature in terms of like your popularity that like, it's some shit that you actually could accomplish.
For me, y'all know, I've always been tough on you ever since you dropped Carter 3. So, I mean, you didn't really, I feel like this, you know, there's some joints here, there's some bar fest that he had on a couple of these joints. But I come to the realization, I'm like Myke when it comes to Jay-Z with I am with Lil Wayne. It's like, not on that train. Just never really been on that little. I mean, besides Carter 1, 2, and 3, and a couple of dedication mixtapes, the earlier ones, I'm just not. I've never been a Wayne. Even during the Cash Money years, the Hot Boys years, up until now, I'm just not a fan. Like that's how I am. Like the way when people be like, "Oh man, Jay-Z this, that, Jay-Z that," and people say that about Wayne, I'm like, where?
Same
like,
thing.
I'm the same way. So I just come to realization that's how I am with Wayne. I think he's slightly overrated.
Lil Wayne, if you're watching, I mean, it's cool. You know, I'm like B, coming off the Carter 3, you know, you set the bar high. And I know it's hard to live up to those expectations. I think going back to what Feefo said about the resurgence, I'm really interested in the story of Lil Wayne from here.
Wayne, if you're watching, I agree with everybody here for the most part. It was a good project. I definitely feel like it could have been a lot better had you shaved off maybe 4 or 5 songs. But was it worth the long wait and all the drama, people shooting up buses, you know, all this shit? Was it really worth all of that? Probably not, because I think at this point, you could have put out another Carter V and it would have been better than this. But that's only a testament to how much I feel like you've gotten better over the past few years. So, I like this. It could have been better. We're gonna end there. But either way, I think you did a good job.